about Bronny James. We haven't talked about Bronny in a minute, but reports are saying Bronny James is going to be a part-time G League player. He's only going to play in South Bay Lakers home games, but not playing away games. I'm not going to start, but me personally, I don't agree with that. But you can start it off first. You can start off. What do you think about that?
I think I understand, what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Bronny reps while also still being with the main team and learning from LeBron and AD and JJ and all of them. And sitting courtside watching the games and seeing what it's like to play in the actual NBA game. I get it, but um, he also needs to develop, and the only way to develop is to get more reps in. And the only way to get more reps in is if he play in the G League. So I think he should be playing both home and road games. That way he can get his confidence up, he can get his shots up. He can be just more comfortable playing basketball again. We forget that Bronny didn't play basketball for a long period of time last year while he was in college. Um, so yeah, I mean I get it, but I don't really agree with it. I think he needs to be in the G League. I wouldn't say full time, but majority of his time getting reps in.
I actually kind of don't like. I don't get it. Like me personally, because I feel like, because I mean, like I watched Nightcap. Well, I watched a little bit of it this morning. They was talking about it with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. How is he going to get reps if he just sitting there on the bench all day? Because it's not like, I would understand it more if at least Bronny was getting some significant minutes with the Lakers. Now, if he was getting, like, if he was playing obviously all the games at home and then at least getting some minutes with the Lakers, I'm cool with that. But he's not gonna play with the Lakers. He only's gonna play unless it's a blowout. That's the only time he's gonna play. So while he's just sitting there, basically doing nothing, go to the
I mean,
road games. Go
he's
play on the
not doing
road.
he's not doing nothing. He's still at practice with LeBron, with Anthony Davis, D'Lo, Austin Reeves, Connect, and all them. So like he's still learning from good players and practicing with good players. Because if he was in a G League full time, he wouldn't be around the main team. He wouldn't be getting help from JJ. He wouldn't be getting help from all the assistant coaches. So it's like they having him do both so he can learn the NBA.
What would you rather do? Practice with the main guys, or at least get some good action playing 35 minutes a night. What would you rather want?
Honestly, I like what I honestly would
Knowing
rather
you're not
practice
gonna
with the
play, you
guys,
got to
bro.
remember that you're not even gonna play.
I would still rather practice with them because I'm still learning around great players, bro. You in the G League, bro. Everybody kills in the G League, bro. The G League, they don't play no defense. Everybody's stats are inflated in the G League, bro. You don't really get better by playing in the G League. All you doing is chucking up shots. Whereas when you with the team, you're actually learning. You're actually figuring out how to play in the NBA. You in the G League, that's not the same as being called up playing in a real game. The G League and the NBA game is two totally completely different things.
So you're cool with him practicing and just sitting on the bench. You're cool with that.
I'm cool. I'm cool with him practicing. And I'm cool with him playing home games. I wish he would play more games. I'm not saying that he has to be full time in the G League, but he has to play more than just home games. But I understand what they're doing.
But I would want him to play as many games as possible. I would have to look it up. I don't know how many say home games the G League has. But if it's not that much, you're really not gonna play then. I feel like he needs, like, even if that is true that in the G League is inflated and you're not and it's no defense, it's better than just sitting on the bench all day. Like, yes, I understand you're learning from your pops, you're learning from AD, you're learning from JJ Redick, and even playing with your fellow rookie and Dalton Connect. But at least Dalton is getting significant minutes. Bronny not even seeing the core. Yes, I
Think
get to watch and see how the NBA is. I get that. I understand that. But at some point, he do gotta play a lot of games. He can't just play in Laker home games and basically just be a part-time G League player.
Think about it like this. Well, I'm not saying he's on the same level as these type of players, but when Ben was out, when Joel was out, when Chet was out those years before they started playing, what did they do? They sat there, they watched the game, they learned the game, and when they
You talking about
came
Ben
back,
Simmons?
yeah, Ben Simmons, and when they came back the next year, and Blake Griffin, when they came
But they
back the
was
next
hurt.
year,
He's not hurt. What that does
let me
nothing.
finish, bro. Let me finish. I'm saying I've never said he was those type of caliber of players, and it's still the same presence of neither one of them are playing. They're watching the game. They're watching the NBA. They're learning the NBA. When those players came back the next year, it looked like they weren't rookies at all. It looked like they've been in the league at least a year or two already. It's because they sat there and they watched and they learned the NBA. It's the same thing with Bronny. Although Bronny is not that level of talent, it's like he's still getting to watch it, learn it, and then once he actually gets in it, he knows what to do. You playing in the G League, you're not gonna know what to do in the NBA. How many G League players really translate to the NBA? Not many. Only a few have. Derek White has. Hassan Whiteside has. Only a few players has translated from the G League to the NBA.
You know all those players were hurt, right?
I know that
So why are we comparing to hurt players to a guy that's not hurt?
because it's the same thing. Are either of them playing? No,
But they're hurt,
they're
so
do.
they had no, so they couldn't play.
I
That's what I'm saying.
understand
That's
that
what I'm
shit, but
saying.
Bronny's not. At the end of the day, both of them are getting what on that box score sheet? 0 minutes. So
But
they're
they're
both.
hurt.
They're all
But
watching.
if they wasn't hurt, they would have played. So I'm not comparing to a guy that isn't hurt. Bronny is literally sitting there because he, as of right now, he's just not a good player. Right now, could he eventually? But right now, he's not hurt. So why do I have him just sitting there on the bench when we literally can have him play in G League as a court? So I just looked it up. It's 50 games in the G League. It's 50 games. They only got 50 game regular season. So we gonna take out 30 plus games from the NBA. So it's really not a lot he can do. So if we go 50, it's probably what 20 some home games. That's it. He can at least play in. I would rather him play in some home games, not home games, road games, like you just said. I think you said he should at least play in some road games, but him not playing none at all. No, I don't agree with that. I think that's just not right on their part. Play him as much as possible. That's all I'm asking. Just play him as much as possible. At least me, I would rather get ticked than just sit on the bench and knowing I'm not going to play and do nothing. I need to do something, bro, because I feel like he really won't get better unless he gets some minutes. I do feel like that. I really do.
The
That's all I'm
most
saying.
part
I just
about
think Brian needs to
the
play more.
the hardest part about the NBA is learning the terminology, like because everybody's athletic, everybody's been playing basketball all their lives, so
Yeah.
basketball's gonna come second nature. It's the terminology, is knowing where to be at on defense, um, it's taking good shots and all those things of that nature. Him being in the G League is not gonna teach him none of that, or him staying in the G League the entire year, that's not going to teach him none of that. It's not going to teach him how to play in an actual NBA game. So
I don't think
him sitting on that bench, learning from his father, who is arguably one of the best player and to ever play the game of basketball, bro. Like that'll do him more justice than playing in the G League. Yeah, you're getting your shots up the entire year, but that's not NBA basketball. You want to go down there and be a G League legend, or you want to make a name for yourself in the NBA? Which one would you want to do?
I don't think he was gonna. If I'm going off of Brian, but let me say this first. I would rather be an NBA legend, but I don't think he's gonna make a legend out of neither. So it really doesn't matter. Bronny, like you just said this. He basically just came back from basketball. So you basically play like butt at USC. Granted, he had the heart issue, but you play like butt. You play like butt. Really didn't get a lot of minutes. We thought he should have got more minutes, but he didn't. Then you're coming to the NBA. You only played probably like 3 games, only because they wanted to only because it was the first game, and then you go back to Cleveland, and then probably some that was blowouts. That was like 2 minutes. But majority of the time, he's not doing anything. He's literally playing home games and just sitting on the bench. That's all. I just think he needs to play some role games. I just don't agree with not playing none whatsoever because y'all want it because LeBron's on the team. I just don't agree with that. And I feel like, and I do kind of agree, yes. I feel like sitting there on the bench and watching NBA and watching your father playing all that, I think that is going to help him. But how much is that going to help, though, if he's not even at least playing? Now, what if he doesn't? Now, what if next year he doesn't get significant minutes? Then what? Then what we going to say? Oh, we still wanted to sit on the bench and watch LeBron play? Like, I mean, because you comparing them to Ben Simmons and Blake Griffin because he's not going to do what they did, but at least they came back and played. But if Bronny doesn't play significant minutes next year, then what was the whole point? Doesn't matter.
The theory of it is that he's gonna get better. That's what every player that comes in. You get better as the more years you spend in the NBA. So him sitting on the bench and him learning and him getting used to the NBA and learning the NBA, by next year he should get more minutes and he should be a better player from that. That's what they're hoping from this. Now will that actually happen? Who knows? Like I said, I don't agree with him just playing home games either. It should be at least some road games. But I'm not mad at them keeping him on the roster to sit there and at the end of the bench with the team. I'm not mad at that at all. He just needs to play more than just some home game. Because it's not even like he's playing all the home games. He's only playing some. Because like they were saying if say if the Lakers have a road game the next day and Bronny has a home game with the South Bay Lakers, he's not going to travel with the team on that road game. So it's like,
So he's not going to play all the home games anyway.
yeah, he's not even going to play all the
That
home
makes it
games
even
anyway.
worse. That makes it even worse.
So
He's basically not going to do anything this year. That makes it way worse. I thought he was going to at least play all the South Bay Laker games. You're not even going to do that.
no,
I don't
he's
know
not
what
even
they're
playing
doing.
all those games.
I don't agree. I just don't agree with just sitting there on the bench majority of the time doing nothing. At some point, you do got to hoop. At some point, you got to hoop. At some point.